Geelong and District Football League. We are the Raiders from all around Geelong. I'm here to tell you our football.
And welcome back. And of course, before we talk about all the action on this afternoon, we're going to take a look at the ladder, which is looking pretty interesting when it comes to 4th and 5th position on the ladder. And of course, North Geelong, after their great win at the Keith Barclay Oval last week against the Belpost Hill Panthers, they've moved up to top spot, followed by Belpost Hill on percentage, followed by East Geelong, Werribee Centrals and Anarchy. Now that's when it gets interesting now, because Anarchy just in on percentage only against Geelong West. They can't afford to drop any games. Thompson still a chance to make the finals. Bannockburn a chance to make the finals. Winchelsea a chance to make the finals. And then it falls away from there. Corai probably no chance. Belmont Lions and Inverleigh. So it's looking pretty interesting indeed, Eric, at the moment.
Absolutely fantastic, Dick. And I think the thing you overlooked there, 3rd, 4th and 5th are all interesting, because 3rd and 4th could be the difference between the double chance and no, and that's interesting.
Absolutely. Well, of course, speaking of games this afternoon, we have got some biddies, and none bigger than another blockbuster out at the Kevin O'Leary Oval. Yes, it is the East Geelong Eagles, who can do nothing wrong at the moment. They're winning, going along in a winning way against the North Geelong Magpies after the great win last week. It is a 94.7 match of the day, Eric, and you've got a new commentator from the interchange bench, Dale the Wales back.
Absolutely, and it'd be great to have Dale on board again, and yeah, we work pretty well. Be a very interesting game. North Geelong match of the day 2 weeks in a row, and they, as Doggy Ryan said earlier, they're geared toward playing finals, and they've done very, very well in the last 10 or 12 weeks. The East Geelong got a tough run home in the last 4 games, and this is what I was talking about, 3rd and 4th position. East are currently 3rd, but they play North, Werribee and Belpost Hill in the next 4, so they've got a really tough run, and it'd be most important they win this afternoon. There'll be a lot dependent on Bolton, Challis, Jesse Mawson, who was here just a moment ago, and Ricky O'Toole himself. A win for North Geelong probably consolidates top position, and that's fantastic. They get a bye first week of the finals, and I would think that's what Doggy Ryan would be aiming for. Clark, Fitzsimmons, Hollands, absolutely sensational last week, and if they continue that form, be really good to see. Hollands against Bolton be worth watching this afternoon. Dick, I think North will continue their winning streak, but don't discount East Geelong. I reckon it'll be a great game.
It'll be a great game indeed, and of course, if you can't get out to the game, folks, tune in at 1:30 this afternoon on 94.7 The Pulse, your home of country football, for a great commentary with Eric and of course Dale the Whale back off the interchange bench with Grubby missing in action at the moment. Okay, another big game on this afternoon, a big one again. There was a toss-up which would be the match of the day. It's the Belpost Hill Panthers, and I'll tell you what, I would like to be playing them when they got beaten last week up against a side that also is planning on some finals action, the Werribee Centrals boys in the Quackername. Yeah, another big game, Eric.
Absolutely, Dick, and it's going to be interesting to see how Belpost Hill react to their first loss in 30-odd games. They had a lot of problems last week with players able to see the game out, and I think that was because of the pressure North Melbourne put on them, North Geelong put on them. Ricky Holzfine back in the side is an absolute bonus. I think today there'll be a huge question mark about Symes' fitness. If he plays, he certainly won't be 100%, and he's the key to their style of play. Tough for Werribee Centrals today, and next week they've got East Geelong, so 2 very hard weeks. I think a lot will depend on Tyron Montebruno, and it would be interesting over the next 3 weeks. Werribee Centrals could unseat East for 3rd and get the double chance. So enormous incentive today for Werribee to defeat Belpost, but I think Belpost might bounce back.
Yeah, interesting indeed. Now the Shane Dillon Trophy, that's what the Inverleigh Hawks and the Bannockburn Tigers are playing for this afternoon, Eric. And Inverleigh, well, they won 1 game, and Bannockburn not in the greatest of form. Can Inverleigh pull off their 2nd win of the season?
Well, Bannockburn last week weren't disgraced, Dick. It was a hard, tough game against East out at home there, and they went down in the game. But having said that, Inverleigh would love to upset somebody who's trying to make the top 5, and Bannockburn are one of those sides. If Inverleigh can beat some of the contenders, they really would have a say in what's going to happen at the end of the season. Bannockburn, only 4 points out of the 5, enormous incentive this afternoon. In the last 4 games, they've got a chance to win them all, so they've got a chance. It depends on a win today, and I think they can get that.
Well, there you go. And of course the Cry Devils, well, last week they did everything except win the game. They were in front just about for 90% of the game, and they blew it, but they take on the Winchelsea Blues, and Winchelsea Blues, well, another game where they can ill afford to drop Eric, but Cry, if they get off to that start they got off to last week, they might cause an upset.
Absolutely. For 3/4 last week, they were outstanding. They were a mile in front at 3/4 time. And then they got 1 point to 5 goals in the last quarter. That's disappointing. Allowed Anarchy back into the game. A 4/4 display today could get them a result. The game at Corio, they always play well there. Winchelsea, on the other hand, they're in the same position as Bannockburn. Win 4 games, they could get into the 5th position. So they've got everything to play for today. I think they'd be going for percentage today and could win well.
Okay, out of the Church Street Oval, the Geelong West Footy Club and another game against the Anarchy Roos. Both of these clubs looking to get some finals action and can ill afford to drop a game at the moment.
Well, we've got 5 v 6, so the top 6 play one another today, Dick. And,
very exciting.
This is another fantastic game. A must-win for both sides, and that's to say the least. Geelong West, they play North in the last game. They beat Anarchy today. At least they've got the first step in toward the finals. But look, I favour Anarchy. We saw this particular game when they played at Anarchy at home. They didn't handle conditions well. West's their ability to play the difficult windy conditions was too good for Anarchy. Anarchy got something to get back to today. If they win today, they've got a better run home. They could be a contender for that 5th spot.
Well, you said it before too, and Geelong West, that very last game against the North Geelong Magpies home and away round, it's nearly like an elimination final from the way they're going.
Absolutely, Dick. Yeah, every game for these teams, the 5 teams near 5th position, every game's important for them.
Fantastic indeed. And of course, out at the Winter Resort, the Belmont Lions, who are having a bit of struggle with their form at the moment, they take on the Tommy Tigers. And, well, you'd think the Belmont Lions would not have a good day this afternoon, and Tommy Tigers will put their campaign in a better position than what they are at the moment.
Belmont, unfortunate, Dick. They've had a lot of injuries and they're not getting too many players back. Perhaps Canavan today would be a bonus if they can get him back. They do perform better at home, but having said that, Thompson, they could come out of the woodwork. They've got everything to play for. They have not figured in finals contention in the last 6 weeks until now. A win is most important. Also, percentage might be a key factor. That being the case, I think they'll go all out today. McLeod and Forbes are in form. I think they'll kick a winning score, and they might be enough to improve their percentage.
Oh, fantastic. And don't forget this afternoon, it is the 94.7 match of the day. It is the East Geelong Eagles against the North Geelong Magpies. Grubby, you're going to be better again and be back with us again next week. I've got a cheerio to send to Tommy Handley, who happens to be the 6-year-old son of Amanda, and she reckons my name's funny. So, Tommy, if you don't mind, Tommy, what's wrong with Dick Philpott? Oh, I suppose it is a bit funny, isn't it? But good on you, Tommy. Good to see you watch the show. And also, don't forget today, it's the Casey Tadunji round of matches for all of Victoria. And of course, looking forward to everybody digging in deep, and a great effort by the North Geelong and Belpostal Footy Club last weekend. And Eric, you're off to the past plays, and I'm going to be your guest tonight at the St Kilda Geelong game. Well, looking forward to that.
I look forward to having you, Dick, and look forward, obviously, to Andrew and Dale this afternoon.
Should be fantastic. And stay tuned for the boys from the Footy Show, and I hope they haven't pinched me party pies, because I tell you what, if Benny Bennett and Kev Murphy have touched them, they're in big trouble. Hope you enjoy your footy this afternoon. Hope your team wins. We'll see you all again next Saturday morning. Bye for now.
Geelong and District Football League. We are the Raiders from all around Geelong. I'm here to tell you our football is strong.